Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Former President Donald Trump will be going back to the White House as the 47th President of the United States on January 20th, 2025. And of course, there will be a grand inauguration. But unfortunately, there's a lot of people from Congress who said they are not going. And a lot of those people are 13 representatives from the Democrats. And they cite things like, well, for one, it's the same day as Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and they're going to spend time celebrating that or doing some other things because, for one, they do not like Trump or the things that he has done and the things that he is trying to do during his upcoming presidency. Now, one of those people is that of Representative Jasmine Crockett from Dallas, and this is what she told Axios. I don't think this is the time for celebration. I think that if we had a traditional Republican where there were disagreements, then yeah, I would most likely be there. I would feel more obligated to be there, especially as a sitting member of Congress. But considering this is also Martin Luther King Day, it just seems like the worst way to spend the day, knowing that I would be celebrating someone who really is going to work very hard to tear down the legacy in which literally he lived and died for. So I get it, you're finding something else to do, but is this really the legacy that Martin Luther King Jr. died for? And what legacy are you talking about? Because as we understand it, right before he was murdered, he didn't die, he was murdered, he was going to Washington to get the check, the reparations check for Black Americans. That's what he was doing. That's the legacy that he was fighting for. I know he fought for a lot of other things, but he had an epiphany. He woke up, right? So since you say that you're going to spend the day doing those things, because I haven't heard you say a lot about reparations at all. I could be remiss. Maybe I just didn't hear it or see it. I looked. You made some little mentions, you talk about things like the taxes and education, but not a check. So are you going to spend the day doing that, Mrs. Crockett? Or are you just... you can't get your way, you didn't get your way because Kamala didn't win. So now you're going to let everybody know, because they were asked, I should say, that you're not going to go because you're going to be celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. Well, if you really wanted to celebrate him, then get the check. You're right there in Congress. As you say, your constituents really love you. But wouldn't they love you really a lot more if you were in there instead of arguing with Marjorie Taylor Greene and all the other nonsense, in there talking about, hey, while I'm here, let's talk about that check that Martin Luther King Jr. was trying to get for Black Americans. Let's talk about that because my people really need the money. Jasmine Crockett, why are you up there, legislating and helping the migrants get everything that they should get, and y'all, upset because Trump wants to deport them in his mass deportation plan? Why don't you spend some time talking about what Martin Luther King really wanted? Again, reparations check. See, that's why I don't believe you and a lot of other people talking about we're going to spend the day, trying to celebrate Martin Luther King. No, you're not. You're just using Martin Luther King Jr. as an excuse to stick it to Trump. But if you really want to stick it to Trump, or not even stick it to Trump, but if you really want to help Black people, why don't you talk about a reparations check? I'm just asking. But until then, stop lying and kick it. You don't really care about his legacy. You only care to stick it to Trump. Anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube.